Hey everyone, this is the second session of the Box Panda Podcast. Here with Corbin, which is me, and then we have Chris say hello.
Hi.
And then we have Drew say hello.
Hey, I wasn't here last time because time zones exist.
Exactly. And then we have Sean who's back. Say hello.
Yo, I'm here again.
Yeah, and people will be joining, leaving throughout the podcast. We expect to see Soren here soon, and Sean has to leave somewhat.
30 minutes.
Yes, so let's jump right into the first topic, shall we? So,
Yep.
We started this idea list right when we finished the last podcast, and so the first one we have is the Detective Pikachu movie. So,
Well,
your thoughts?
Don't you mean Detective Pikachu? Wait.
Detective Deadpool.
Don't you mean Ryan Reynolds, the cute rat, the movie, the game, the movie?
Exactly. It's my favorite. I can't wait for another trailer. But yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Chris, have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen the trailer. It looks amazing.
Yes. So the thing about it is what everyone feared was Pokemon would be made way too realistic if they made it live action. So like if they wanted to make Pikachu a live action version, it would be a tiny little rat and it would just kind of ruin it. It would just be a rat, but it's yellow and it's got red cheeks. And that's what people feared.
That'd be gross.
Or they would like make Pokemon real, but not in the Pokemon universe. They'd like put it in our world, as if like Pokemon came from the games to our world. That's also what people feared. But they put it in their universe, so we are seeing a live action rendition of what Rhyme City is.
Yep.
Which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
What kinds of Pokemon do you guys expect to see in there?
I saw mostly just first gen Pokemon, but upon closer investigation, I'm an idiot because there's Greninja. So
yeah.
I guess it doesn't just take place with first gen Pokemon. So I don't really know. I really hope the garbage bag Pokemon gets like a joke in there. It's like the best Pokemon.
Trubbish.
Or, like that.
It's trash and rubbish.
Yeah, Trubbish. Yeah, that makes sense. And that one Keyring one. Sorry, I don't know that much about Pokemon past like the first two generations because Game Boy.
That's all that matters.
Dude, I really like how the Bulbasaurs turned out. It looked awesome.
Yeah.
That was like my favorite scene in the trailer.
I think the Jigglypuffs look a little terrifying.
Yeah. But you know what looks even more terrifying?
Not Mr. Mime.
God.
I love him. He looks he looks attractive.
Corbin, we need to have an intervention.
Are you a mime sexual now?
What? He looks cool. I love him.
I could just imagine him doing the circle thing with the hand.
Yeah.
Just like miming that in front of you, and then you're just like, and you like raise your eyebrows a little bit. Mime sexual.
Yeah.
Me too.
I like how they kind of comboed realism and the cartoonish look. So like Charizard still keeps the same shape, and they didn't make him into a full-on dragon, but they still made him a little scaly and kind of look like a little bit like a dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really get that good of a look at him. He was only in that last trailer, right? Or the last shot of the trailer, right?
He was earlier when he was using the flamethrower move, and then at the very end when he was about to bite down on Pikachu.
Chomp, chomp.
Chomp, chomp. So, yeah. Ryan Reynolds.
He's amazing.
Yes.
I love him.
And one thing that I really like about it is he isn't putting on a voice. He's playing Pikachu as Ryan Reynolds, not like a fake voice.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Not like he was trying to put on an accent.
Yeah, I was when I first saw the trailer, or like when I first saw screenshots for it and I figured out that Ryan Reynolds was voicing Pikachu, I was kind of expecting him to do like a kind of New Yorker like detective Sherlock Holmes freaking voice. But no, it's just like, hey, Deadpool here, but I'm Pikachu now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also shit. What was I gonna say?
Deadpool cosplaying as Pikachu.
Netflix rendition.
Oh.
All right. What was I gonna say? Something about that. I don't remember. So, anyways, shall we just move on to the next topic?
Yeah.
Chris and Sean.
Yo.
Have you guys seen many fan-made Pokemon games out there?
Yes.
A little bit.
Yeah, you guys ever heard of the Pokemon Uranium incident?
No, I have not.
No.
Basically, there was this fan game, the most popular Pokemon fan game out there, called Pokemon Uranium, with custom Pokemon, a whole new journey, its own custom art style, 3D backgrounds and stuff, and its own GUI. It wasn't just your basic Pokemon fan game, and it was really, really cool. And it had been developed for over 9 years.
Wow.
And the moment it was finally released, Nintendo shut it down.
Oh,
And
That's a shame.
it was lost forever.
that sucks.
Besides the fact that a lot of people just uploaded the file back onto the internet and people downloaded it anyways, so there's really no way to lose it. But it still sucks that Nintendo would shut down such effort when it comes to their fans. And a similar thing, like, and no one is safe from being shut down by Nintendo, not even me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I like him working on my own Pokemon game, Pokemon normal version, and like I was just hanging out and I was really proud of it. And one day I just get like an email. And it's like, your game is being shut down. Have fun.
Yike. That would be disgustingly bad.
It happened, and my
sucks.
game was shut down, and I was like, yeah, maybe this is a bad idea. Let me re-upload it.
I would be pissed if someone did that. Like, since you do video games, I would be pissed if someone did that to my art.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yeah, it sucked, and I was depressed for a while. But then I talked to this guy who makes a lot of fan games, and like he made this new one. It was like the 3 trials or something before trials were even a thing in Pokemon. But basically he said, "Oh, I wouldn't mind much about it. It was probably just a site-wide sweep of everything with Pokemon in the title, and just re-upload it." And I did, and it was fine. It still is fine. But the thing is, all my followers reset, so there's only like 3 instead of like having 200.
Oh.
And there was another. Oh yeah. So I just want to explain how deep Pokemon is getting into these takedowns. They went as far as to take down the Pokemon Minecraft mod.
They did what?
So like
I know
Pixelmon.
what I love Pixelmon.
They shut it down.
That's
They did?
terrible.
Nintendo shut down Pixelmon, and the entire
What the
website
hell?
shut down, and they said, "Thanks for having us.
Percent.
Bye." And I have a sneaking suspicion they shut it down for Pokemon Quest, which is literally a block texture-based Pokemon game where it's like an app, which is super boring. And you don't even get to fight. You literally choose your Pokemon and click a level, and then your characters just kind of hop through it, fight Pokemon, and then go on to the next area. You literally don't interact with it at all.
That's disgusting.
It truly is. But we can't blame all of Nintendo or all of Pokemon. We can blame the Pokemon company because those are the ones that do it, or
That's
Nintendo's lawyers.
The lawyers. Always blame the lawyers.
Yes, exactly. Because like if you went to Shigeru Miyamoto and said, I made this beautiful piece of art in honor of your game, he'd be like, suck me off right now.
Jesus.
All right, so maybe he wouldn't be like that.
That's a bit extreme.
Maybe he wouldn't be like that, but
Corbin,
maybe he'd be like maybe he'd be like proud of it. He'd be like proud and happy. But like he can't control what the lawyers do.
Shigeru Miyamoto is like so wholesome. I love him.
Yes, he's the wholesome, most nicest person in all of gaming history. And I fear for the day when he passes away.
Yeah, speaking of death, Stan Lee is one of the most depressing things that has happened in the past few years.
Have you guys seen Wreck-It Ralph 2 yet?
No.
I need
spoilers.
to watch it.
So, you guys know from the trailers how they have the OMG Disney like section of the internet where it's all like a bunch of Disney references and stuff.
Yeah.
Since
Yes.
since Marvel's kind of like owned by Disney, Stan Lee, he had a cameo in the movie, and I saw the movie in theaters, and as soon as his cameo popped up, everybody was just so like upset immediately. Like you could just hear how everybody wanted to die.
Dude,
No.
we saw Venom, my friends and I and my brothers, like last weekend, not even like a few days ago. And there was only like 6 people in there because the movie didn't do too well and it was still in theaters. And there was like 6 people total, and we watched it, and then we saw the Stan Lee cameo at the end, and everyone just went, "Oh."
Yeah.
But
That's
you know
basically
something I
how it was.
discovered is there will be more cameos in the future. It's been confirmed that Stan Lee had some extra footage,
Yeah.
and it will be confirmed for future movies in the next Avengers and a lot others.
Ben knew. He knew it was coming, and he prepared.
Yeah.
His final words really hurt.
What were his final words again?
Take care of my boy.
Oh.
In reference to Spider-Man.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll take care of you, Tom Holland.
Corbin?
I've already been planning on seeing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I used to not really be into a lot of superhero, comic book stuff.
Yeah.
But I ended up watching like Deadpool 1 and 2. My Hero Academia definitely had an impact on me that way. I've kind of been getting into it more recently.
Nice.
Yeah, like the whole Into the Spider-Verse thing looks amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And I love it. And I love the style as well. It's like 2D and 3D at the same time. And it's got like it's doing the classic pow, kablam, sound effect bubble things.
I love the pop art sound of art style that it has. And in reference to that, before I even decided, I kind of like superhero comics book stuff now. I was watching a completely unrelated movie in the movie theaters, and there was the first teaser trailer for it, and I thought it looked so good that I was like, I might just have to see this. But now I'm definitely going to, since I'm getting into it more.
Yeah.
So I'm personally not too big of a fan on the animation. It looks really cool, but it's a bit
randomized,
jagged. It's a bit jagged in the smoothness of the animation, and it kind of deters me. But that's just me being an art nerd. It does look really good. Really cool though. I like it.
I don't really think it has anything to do with being an art nerd. I think it's more just preference. I wouldn't really call myself a quote unquote art nerd, but I know that I like it because I just like the way it looks.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts? Did you know the pig Spider-Man is an actual character from the comic books? Yeah,
I think so. Back when I used to watch Game Theory, I think he did a theory where he talked about weird crossover stuff with I don't remember it that well, but I remember Peter Porker or Spider-Ham being a thing already.
Yeah, that was totally a thing. And it's so weird. How come in the trailer he looks so wet?
Maybe
know.
Okay, here's what I'm
Ripping.
thinking. Maybe when the crew meets him, the part where he does like, I'm Peter Porker, like he like before he does that he like shoves a bunch of food into his mouth like with his hand, so when he pulls it out to do a handshake it's wet from his saliva.
Maybe.
I could see that.
Even that. All right. Well, Into the Spider-Verse looks cool. I like the new main character, and I don't like how Peter Parker from the movies that we know is such an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
Peter Parker has always been this wholesome yet flawed person.
And Tom Holland fucking killed that. It's so good. His Spider-Man is literally everything.
Oh,
was
did
ever
Tom
hoped
Holland
for.
voice the new Spider-Man? Like
What?
in like
No,
are
I'm
you just talking about normal just
I'm
Spider-Man in
talking
general?
about Spider stuff in general. You know?
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the Spider-Verse movie. Okay.
Yeah, no, I think he's a dick as well.
Yes, I think Tom Holland did it really well, but I think
Oh, for sure.
he was a little too cocky as a character. And there's a lot of when I saw that Spider-Man movie, I feel like they did it a little wrong. Not saying it was a bad movie. I loved it. But like there's a few side plots that seemed very awkward and didn't really make sense. Like the whole plot they set up for the go to the party and then switch out and show Spider-Man to the girl and then go, and they're like, okay, and they set that up for like 10 minutes, and then he just ended up switching to Spider-Man and running off to find the wing dude, and they didn't even follow through on that plot.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
if you look at like every single movie in excruciating detail, I'm sure there's a lot of random plots that lead to nowhere.
Yeah, I just don't like it when they do that, but like that one was like really in the face obvious. But anyways, we got off topic. So we were on Pokemon fan games and we got to Spider-Man.
Yeehaw!
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
here, hold on. What about have you guys seen the trailer for Captain Marvel?
I actually haven't yet. I need to go watch that.
Me neither.
All right, so I won't get into it. It's really weird. But anyways, let's see.
Thanksgiving shenanigans.
Yeah, what did you guys do over Thanksgiving?
Well, I went to my mom's house and it was a fantastic Thanksgiving.
Awesome. You know, Soren actually went to his mom's house too, and that's why he's not here, is he's on a flight home, and now he's just gotten home and he's busy.
That makes sense.
And yeah.
I spent like a good half of my Thanksgiving break over at my friend Rick's house, which is actually how I got to see Wreck-It Ralph 2, because I went to go see it while I was over there. And
Yeah.
after that, basically, I don't know, my mom's boyfriend came over for a couple days, which was really cool because he's awesome and the best. And it kind of hurts whenever I talk to people who are like, yeah, I kind of hate having people over for Thanksgiving. I don't like the people in my family because, like, most of the family members, at least the ones that we're in contact with, most of my family members are actually pretty awesome. So I like having them over.
I mean, I usually don't get to see most of my family, so because they live up north more than we do, like a couple thousand. And last time I went up for Thanksgiving was like maybe 3 years ago. But I spent Thanksgiving at my mom's house for the first time, and it was quite a lot of fun. I got to hang out with my soon-to-be step-siblings.
I literally sat at home, played video games, and yeah, just hung out, recorded a few things, and never edited them.
Oof.
And then went and had Thanksgiving dinner, which was basically do chores all day and then eat dinner and then do chores for the rest of the day.
Oof. Oh,
so
something
oof.
interesting we did do this year for Thanksgiving that we don't normally do. My mom usually spends like a whole day and a half cooking like this huge thing, and it's like
Mhm.
always a big thing. But this year, since my mom just started working again, I guess she didn't feel up to it because we just went to Rouse's and bought some food. But it was great because I didn't have to help my mom cook. So
Nice.
Yeah, like we had to clean up the house. We had to clean up every single corner, and then had to help cook, and then do all of the dishes before and afterwards.
Dude, that sucks.
And yeah,
I was
so
hanging
that
out
was
with
fun.
doggos. It was great.
Yeah, now I'm at my dad's house, so not as many chores because my dad doesn't constantly pester us.
Wow.
Wow, indeed. So that's Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
So this is Christmas.
All right. What about some live-action Disney movies?
Oh, hell yeah. I saw the trailer for Lion King on Thanksgiving, and I flipped out. I love it more than I love myself, and
That's not
everything
good.
combined. It looks so good. I'm excited for it.
I saw like the first live-action trailer I saw was Aladdin like a while back, and it looked okay, but it's not the same without Robin Williams as the genie.
That's very true.
Oh yeah.
But they didn't show the genie in the trailer, I don't think. But even then, if they're not going to use Robin Williams, unless they're just going to copy the exact same sound files
no bueno.
over.
If they do that, I'm literally boycotting Disney. You can't do that to my mans.
Yeah, just your emotions falling apart as you hear Robin Williams' voice. But yeah, I don't think it'll be the same. And I actually had to like watch Aladdin again because I don't quite remember the entire story. I remember specific scenes, and that's it.
Can I tell you guys something that's been missing from my childhood? For some reason, despite wanting to be a filmmaker, I never really watched like too many movies as a child. Like I had a couple movies that I watched like a lot, like WALL-E and Up.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway,
is that why
so,
they have
like,
the WALL-E PlayStation game?
PC, but yeah.
PC.
Yeah, I love that game. That game's good. But yeah, so I never really got to watch a lot of like classic Disney movies and stuff until I was older. I did have okay. So I didn't actually watch Aladdin until like this year.
So I made memes on Dumbo.
Yeah, I was about to say that's kind of the only thing I've really seen of the live action Disney movies. I haven't seen the trailers for The Lion King or Aladdin. So yeah, the only thing I've really seen from Dumbo is like I think I saw a trailer for Dumbo when I went to go see Wreck-It Ralph. Or Ralph Breaks the Internet, excuse me.
It looks weird.
Yeah.
Dumbo. But you know, it's weird. I never saw Dumbo as a kid.
Me neither. That's another movie I missed out on.
I saw a lot of Disney movies as a kid, but I don't remember them that well. Yeah, Dumbo, I never saw them, but I remember like specific scenes. Like when I think of Aladdin, I don't remember the exact story, but I remember a scene where like the genie was taken over by the evil guy. And or Jafar, his name is. And that reminds me, I saw a hilarious video which was like the guys that like make parody trailers of them and make fun of them.
Honest trailers?
Honest trailers, yeah. There was an honest trailer of The Lion King, and they showed Scar, and then they said Lion Jafar. It's weirdly accurate. It's like got the same face shape as well.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, so I was telling Sean earlier that I'm not really an art nerd, but here I go. So the reason why they have pretty similar face shapes is because it's kind of part of a design principle where you can convey different personality types just by like shapes. So like round, circular shapes are usually meant to be like friendly and open. Squares are like kind of nerdy and like, they keep to themselves, like a square. And pointy triangular shapes are usually meant to convey like someone's like evil or something, which is why a lot of villains have like pointy chins and made of triangles and stuff. So they have like very angular faces.
Yeah. It's really... Disney movies are crazy.
Funny sleepover stories. I actually have one, but it's very good? Question mark? I don't know. I have one.
Tell it.
So, when I was younger, I had a friend. Don't think I should say his name because we're not really friends anymore, but I had a friend, and I would go over to his house every once in a while, but their house was like very not really well kept, basically.
Yeah.
A good way to illustrate this is one night I was sleeping over in my friend's room, and I decided it was about like 4 a.m. so there was a little bit of light coming in through the window, but not a lot. It was still mostly dark. And there's a door into the bathroom from his room, which is kind of cool because instead of having to go through the hallway, you could just go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
But I decided I had to go to the bathroom, so I opened the door, and legit, it's like a scene straight out of one of those creepy horror movies where I just open the door and the subtle light from the window just kind of flushes in, and there's just like a bunch of bugs all over the floor, like cockroaches and everything that just kind of like, they're kind of like congregated in the center, but as the light hits them, they kind of scatter out into the corners of the bathroom, and I'm like, I don't have to pee anymore.
Exactly. You know, my aunt's house was on the news once.
Oh no.
Because her house was so absolutely disgusting. She did not keep her house well at all. On the news, I even saw it where basically they had been kicked out of their house for not keeping it clean or anything, and there was so many infestations and problems, and it was so gross that they had to be kicked out.
Wow.
And then that problem was washed away when Louisiana got flooded. So they got money to rebuild their house.
They lived in Louisiana?
Yes.
Weird, that's where I live.
Wow.
Interesting.
Looks like unkempt houses are a pattern here. That's great. Thanks, guys. Repping the squad.
Oh, I remember why I put the Thanksgiving stories in there. Not the Thanksgiving, sleepover stories in there. This isn't my story, but it's a story I've been told that always makes me laugh. I have friends, or did have friends. We don't talk to them much anymore, unfortunately. But we're still technically friends. We just don't talk much. Basically, my friends Zach and Tyler had a sleepover, or were on like a trip or something, and they had to sleep in a hotel. But because of the space, they only had 2 beds, and the one bed was for like their parents, and then the other bed was for Zach and Tyler, and then this other Zach that was going along with them. This other Zach was homosexual, and the other 2, Zach and Tyler, were not, but they all had to share a bed, and so they were all sleeping in the same bed, and then other Zach gets too close to Tyler, and like uncomfortably close, so he scoots away a little, and then a little closer, and then like the Zach and Tyler Zach was laying on the other side, and he could hear him scooting, and he was still awake, and then just all he hears is shit. So like basically Tyler had fallen off the bed and just whispered out shit, just like shit. And it always made me laugh, just thinking of you're laying in a bed and you just hear behind you shit. And it's always so funny.
So wait, he was trying to scoot away, and then he scooted so far that he fell off the bed?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, wow. Just hearing that thud. This was a story that was told long ago, but it was still funny. You know what else is cool that kind of has to do with sleepover sometimes is couch forts. Have you ever built a couch fort, like a fort made out of blankets, couches, and chairs?
When I was really, really young, like 6 or 7, I had this one friend. He usually stayed over at his grandma's house,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess his grandma was like pretty well off because it was actually a nice place with like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think like 4 bedrooms. So it's a pretty nice place.
Yeah.
Out in the backyard, for some reason they had a couch, which was kind of, I mean, I guess it's not that weird, especially since they had like a TV and stuff plugged up back there, so I guess it's just like a chill out thing.
Yeah.
But they had a couch out there, and so what we did one day was we brought some stuff from one of the inside couches outside and like set up a fort. But it kind of, I mean, every couch fort kind of sucks, but it was kind of really cool to do that. I don't really remember anything interesting happening in it, but just the fact that it happened outside is kind of interesting.
And what about you, Chris?
I don't really have a story behind any of my forts, but me and some of my old friends, when we lodge, I'm sure no one knows where that is. Yeah, we always had this really big dining room. We'd always move the tables all the way to the wall. We would always make a big fort out of the cushions and all. But yeah, nothing really interesting or anything, except for my cats would always join us. It'd always be a nice little fluffy thing. Sometimes we'd fall asleep in it. But no real stories behind it.
I'd always try my hardest to make it most as advanced as possible. So like by that I mean like different devices in it. So like I would put I'd design this thing in which I can have the blankets go over the TV or something so we can watch TV inside, and then we have a fan next to it so it vents out the hot air so it doesn't get like 1,000 degrees.
Nice.
And like 4 different entrances, and it's like as big as the entire living room. I loved making couch forts.
That's cool. Exploding jellyfish, official couch fort, technical engineer.
Yeah, architecture. Alright. Anyways. What are your thoughts on upcoming movies and games? Like there's of course there's Detective Pikachu, Lion King, Dumbo, Aladdin, all coming this summer, and then there's like Creed 2. There's this Christmas coming up, I think, is
Toy
like
Story 4.
Oh yeah, Toy Story 4. I forgot to mention that, and also Deadpool PG.
Wait, what is that?
Deadpool. They're releasing a Deadpool movie that's PG-13, and they're making a Christmas movie of Deadpool because people are so. There was a huge thing that happened when the first Deadpool movie came out with Ryan Reynolds. Basically, people automatically assumed they could bring their kids to it because it was a Marvel movie, even though it was obviously rated M. Or rated R, sorry. I'm used to video game rating systems.
It's the same.
Yeah, and so basically people got pissed at Marvel for making it R-rated, and they're like, bruh, it's R-rated. You don't bring your kids to this. And so they're making one that's PG-13.
So is that like a spin-off thing, or is that going to be like Deadpool 3?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a spin-off thing. Or at least I kind of hope, because I don't want it to be not rated R.
Yeah, I feel like you'd kind of be suffocating my boy Ryan Reynolds. I mean, he's already doing what? Detective Pikachu's PG-13? Oh,
yeah.
Since we kind of circled back around to this, I want to mention this real quick because I thought it was funny. Credit to my guy, Rick, for giving me the idea for this. This isn't my joke, but, so Detective Pikachu is going to be PG-13, right?
Yeah.
In some circumstances, a character, like 1 or 2 characters, can let like an F-bomb slip. Can we get Ryan Reynolds Pikachu swearing, please? In my Pokemon PG-13 Ryan Reynolds Pikachu movie, Ryan Reynolds 2019, please? Please.
Yes, please. Basically, it's been confirmed that Detective Pikachu will be in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate somewhere. whether it be a spirit, a playable DLC character, a costume. Somewhere in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Detective Pikachu will be a character. And the game's pretty good, but it was really good to be set up as a movie because the Detective Pikachu game is very like it's like a visual novel. Like the most interactive thing you do is probably like quick time events and moving around the map. It's like a Telltale Games game. Also, rip Telltale Games, they're shutting down.
I really so when Telltale Games announced they were shutting down, I remember like when they first said it, they still said that like their licensed games like Stranger Things and stuff like that, they would leave a skeleton crew behind to finish those. But then I think a couple days later they came back and announced, actually wait, we're so poor we can't even do that. So I think they canceled the Stranger Things game, and if they did, I'm like actually upset.
I think I'd be glad because I don't want them to maybe ruin the series.
I mean, what could they really do? Like,
yeah,
it's not like it would be canon. It would just be kind of cool to be able to have like a spin-off Stranger Things adventure where you could just control their actions instead of just watching it, try and figure out what's going on, who's this thing, discover some new part of Eleven's powers or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the way it looks now, I don't think it's gonna get made. So.
Yeah. Also, season 3 confirmed a while back.
Yeah.
You guys seen that trailer? It was such a weird trailer as well.
Yeah. Instead of just giving like a teaser trailer, they were just like, all right, this is our literal biggest show ever. People are really, really invested in this. So like the day that we confirm everybody's schedules, we're going to get somebody out here to the studio, just film something really cinematic and put text over it that says season 3 in production now. It's like, cool. We just started.
No, have you not seen the season 3 trailer?
Wait,
it's literally
they
made like an ad for a mall.
Oh, that one. Yeah. Never mind. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that one. I only saw it once. I saw the production trailer a couple times.
It was so weird and jarring that it's just like you think, what is this? It like has nothing to do with Stranger Things.
Well, I think that's more of like a teaser as it being the setting for the next the next season. Like they're trying to expand Hawkins, Indiana. It's like, hey, so you got that arcade, where everybody's houses are, the school. So where do they go when they're just kind of hanging out? The mall. It is the 80s after all.
Yeah, true. But like
it feels kind of...
The only character that we saw that we could recognize in that trailer was like whatever her name's ex-boyfriend. The cool guy with the spiked bat from the last one. Steve, that's right.
Yeah.
He's the only one that we saw that we recognized in that trailer, which that I remember. Maybe the kids made an appearance, but I don't remember.
When I saw that trailer, I don't think I saw that on YouTube. I think I saw that trailer on Twitter, and the Stranger Things community is definitely kind of weird. Like a lot of people would call Steve like a mom taking care of the kids or whatever, like a single mom, taking care of the kids or whatever. It's kind of weird, but it's like. When they showed that shot of Steve working in like the hot dog store or whatever in the mall, it's like, oh yeah, best mom Steve out here providing for the kids, you know what it is. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, he is pretty badass. Like he took a lot of shit in the last 2 seasons, and he's still going hard.
Yeah.
Oh, do you guys care for Pokemon that much? I can't remember.
The new mainline Pokemon game.
Not Pikachu. Let's go Pikachu.
No. Yeah, I've heard that there's another one coming to Switch. I don't know anything about it though. Yeah. So.
We have nothing on it so far. Literally, the last thing we've heard is like a tweet from last year. Where they said earlier this year when they announced Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, they said, "Don't worry, we're going to be making a base RPG, but we'll go over that in a later date." And so basically, that's all we heard. And then there was a tweet that they made That said, a base Pokemon RPG will be coming out and will be announced in 2019, and they have no title. They don't even have a title for it yet, because people were like really worried that Nintendo would like pass it off as like this Pokemon Go ripoff on the Switch, be like, oh, the new Pokemon RPG, but it's not. It's nowhere near the same.
It's kind of like how people see that the one Animal Crossing game on the Wii U, I forgot what it's called, but it's like, that's not a real Animal Crossing game, and they're like, I know, calm down, don't worry, okay, I'm sorry, I won't do it again, please don't hurt me.
Did you have anything to say, Chris?
No, I don't care for Pokemon too much.
Alright. Animal Crossing for the Switch as well.
I wonder what they could do with like different Switch features in the Animal Crossing series.
Yeah, maybe more motion controls.
Yeah, because it's like Animal Crossing is such a simple game, but every system that it's on, it takes advantage of like that system's unique features. So I wonder what they could do with the Joy-Cons in that game. I'm kind of excited.
Yeah.
HD Rumble.
Maybe like take some advice from Mario Kart or Mario Party mini games.
Who? Oh yeah, I played Super Mario Party when I was over at Rick's. That game is muy caliente.
Yeah, I played it yesterday at a birthday party, and my brother got pissed at me. Yeah, because I won, and they were like, it was weird because like I had played it at their school, their college before, and I lost horribly.
Mm-hmm.
And then like this time they're like, oh, look at you, you're so amazing because you're so good at this game. And I'm like, I didn't get any better, I haven't played since the last time, it's just all chance. And they're like, oh yeah, sure. But Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee,
I was kind of excited for that game. Like when it was first announced, I was just like, all right, they're literally just porting Pokemon Go to Switch. Come on.
exactly what I thought.
But then they added like some RPG stuff, and
yeah,
there was one day I like randomly went to the Pokemon website, and there was like a animated GIF
GIF
of how the different Pokemon will like ride on you. Like I saw that Eevee rides on the top of your head, and Pikachu like holds onto your shoulder, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Maybe this game is actually gonna be good. But then people are just like, and I was like, oh well.
Well,
Rip.
they don't. Basically, the one thing that changed, I think, I don't know how it works, but from what I saw, I'm pretty sure it's like an RPG, but only when you fight trainers. You can't fight wild Pokemon. And also,
Yeah,
I don't see the point of multiplayer, like co-op, because like the only thing you can do is you have to both time throwing the Pokeball at the same time. That just feels tedious and frustrating.
I mean, I guess if you got it right, maybe it gives you a little boost to your chance. So like if you're both good at timing it.
Yeah, that's what it does. But like even then, it's just stupid.
I saw Clint Stevens play a little bit of it. He live streamed it, and then I watched the YouTube highlights because I'm one of those people who follows streamers but doesn't actually watch them when they're live.
I've been avoiding it at all costs.
From what I saw, like you said, it's got the movement of like a regular Pokemon RPG, but then wild Pokemon are Pokemon Go, and then trainer battles are like RPG battles. It's like a weird amalgamation of gameplay styles.
Yeah, it seems they're passing this off as the remake, quote unquote, of Red and Blue. But they're probably going to put Pokemon from future generations in there.
Like they did with actual Pokemon Go?
Yeah, or like the other Pokemon games, like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are remakes of Ruby and Sapphire, but they have future generations.
Yeah.
And that's not a thing you see often, especially like in the Pokemon. That's not a thing you see often, like the TV show. One thing that surprised a lot of people when Pokemon I Choose You, which is the 20th anniversary and the 20th movie in Pokemon, they basically, the story of that was a recreation of the first season in the Indigo League, the very first show of Pokemon, and they basically split the timeline. So like in the TV show that we know, he got his Pikachu and went on his adventure and met Misty and Brock, but in this one, he does the same thing. He goes and gets his Pikachu, but it skips instead of he getting zapped by like a few or his Pikachu saving him in the storm from a few Spearow. There's like thousands of Spearows, and when Pikachu saves him, he gets Ho-Oh's feather, in which he goes on this entire new journey with new friends to become the Rainbow Hero and such.
Okay, that's weird.
Which it looked amazing. Yeah, but the cool thing is they had future generations of Pokemon up to Pokemon X and Y.
Huh.
That's cool.
But like, I don't know. I'd rather just have like a condensed anime into a movie with like high production value.
Yeah. Honestly, it looked beautiful. It's definitely my most favorite movie. For my brother, it's like his second favorite because he says nothing can beat the first Pokemon movie, which is a good point. It was really good with Mewtwo and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did a lot of things the old show did. Like they did the whole Charmander in the rain part. They did the
did they have the Butterfree?
Yes, they did have that. They did have Butterfree part.
Oh no, I can't deal with that.
It's a little when you watch it when you're older, like we are now, it just becomes a little cringy.
Wait, what do you mean? In the anime, it's kind of cringy?
Like back when we first watched it when we were kids, it was actually emotional, but because
what do you
it kind of
mean
moves,
it's not emotional anymore? I completely disagree.
No, but if you saw the movie, the new one, what's Pokemon I Choose You, and you saw that scene again in this movie, it just feels a little awkward and cringy.
Oh, I thought you meant like the way we look at the anime now.
Oh, no. I mean, maybe, but I don't think so. Because back then you feel a lot more of development with the characters, but in this movie they kind of have to compress it down a bit.
Yeah.
And there's a few things that don't make sense.
It's just like at minute 53 he finds a Caterpie, then at 55 he's flying away, and it's like...
Well, I think they actually did the progression of those characters pretty good, but like you didn't get to know the character of Caterpie that well. He was kind of just one of his Pokemon that was there and was happy with him, and then he left. With the pink Butterfree. And that's the same kind of thing. They tried to put in all the legendaries in there, like the 3 legendary dogs, Raikou, Raikou, Suicune, and the other one I forget.
Entei?
Oh yeah, Entei. Entei was the first one, and they actually had a pretty good encounter with him. Like the way they find out about that, like, is this trainer comes running to the Pokemon Center with a Vaporeon and got the crap kicked out of it, and they're like, there was this giant beast out there, and it was like very realistic to if you were in that world, and it was like a video game, but the real world at the same time. You hear that and you're like, it might still be out there, and they all rush to go see it and try to catch it. But like almost like Pokemon Go. Like if your Pokemon got destroyed and they were like, all right, there's an Entei over there, and everyone goes running, just like the original Pokemon Go trailer.
Oh,
but the original Pokemon Go trailer had such promise and they ruined it.
Yeah, I wish they kind of like pulled a 360. Like I wish Pokemon Go was more like Pokemon Let's Go. Like
yeah,
they kind of did the same thing where it's like you catch wild Pokemon by throwing the balls. You know, I guess that would be kind of, you know, people would still kind of hate that part, but I wish there were like trainers you could encounter, or like if you found other people playing the game, you could do like a real battle with your Pokemon and their moves and stuff.
Yeah, that's how they advertised
Pokemon
it.
Go on your phone in real life. I thought that's like when I saw the trailer, I was kind of hoping that was the intention, but there's like no trainers.
Oh no, that was their full intention, but they never did it. That's the thing.
I know that was their intention, but it's like. I kind of hate that's not how it was, because I feel like the game would have actually been great for a free game if that was how it worked. But,
yeah.
Oh well.
Pokemon Go was really good, but it was also kind of a bust at the same time.
Yeah. And it was also really awkward because there was one time I did have like a little phase where I played Pokemon Go for a little bit, and I was playing it.
Oh, I still have it.
Yeah, I don't have it on my phone anymore, but I was playing it. And there was this somewhat convenient store. We just went to go there to get some food and stuff. And I was playing Pokemon Go while we were at the cash register, and the cashier was like, "Oh, isn't that game that people like get mugged over or whatever?" It's like, that game's dangerous. You shouldn't be playing that game.
Pokemon Go was also
That was just an incident that happened once. I mean, come on.
Yeah, and
No, it happened a couple times,
Yeah.
but like
but as
that
much
was just a couple idiots like literally trespassing on property to catch a fictional creature. Like nobody's just gonna mug you out in the middle of the street, being like, "Hey, are you playing Pokemon Go? I'm gonna kill you."
Well, like as much as there are incidents like that happen, there's also the opposite where like I saw this article where a girl playing Pokemon Go found someone who was like heavily injured or in the middle of a mugging and they saved that person. So
Yeah.
it's both ways.
If they didn't play the game, they would have been inside playing Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green on their Game Boy Advance while this person got
Yeah.
brutally murdered
The-
outside. Thank
The
God.
human race is never happy. Like we give people video games like Pokemon to play inside and they're like, "Oh, you should be outside." And then they give us Pokemon Go and they're like, "Oh, you should stay inside."
That
like-
is true. That's very, very true.
Get your minds in the right place, bro.
Are we gonna live for 30 years just staying safe inside, or are we actually going to go outside and risk maybe getting mugged once?
Exactly.
Says the kid who stays inside all day and is probably obese at this point, but whatever.
Also, what the hell is Melton?
Quay? What do you mean?
There's a Pokemon that was added to Pokemon Go recently called Melton. It is literally Ditto with a giant nut on its head with an eye in the center.
Hold up. How do you spell it?
Meltan. Melton. Pokemon Go. It's supposed to be like this new rare Pokemon, but it's so stupid. And I hate it.
Oh God. Oh God, no.
Exactly.
Oh, that's a nut. That's a big nut right there.
Literally.
Why is there a silver goop on top of my nut, dude?
He's literally just Ditto with a giant bolt on his head, or on top of him, and in place of Ditto's smile. And I don't understand it, and it's stupid, and it's Pokemon Go exclusive, and you can put him on to Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. I just don't understand him. And people went crazy about him, like he was like the new greatest legendary Pokemon.
What?
I don't understand.
Huh.
That's literally just silver goop nut.
Silver Goop Nut. That's what I'm gonna name it when I catch it.
I'm
If I catch it, that is. I don't even know how you get it in the game.
Definitely a unique looking Pokemon.
Yes.
But its evolution looks badass.
Oh yeah, the evolution though looks pretty badass. But still, they could have put a little more effort in the first generation instead of just making Ditto chrome and smacking a nut on his head. Thank you guys all for watching the second session of the Box Panda Podcast. We had a few less people here today, but hopefully we're going to get more in the future. Maybe it's because of that Thanksgiving break we just had. And we hope you had a good Thanksgiving too. And we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.